It's my DraftKings hockey picks for Tuesday, March 3rd, and we're starting right now. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Holkamaniacs YouTube channel. If this is your first time here and you want to become a more profitable DraftKings player, start now by subscribing to the channel. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything along the way. And if you're already a Holkamaniac, you're probably live with us now on Twitch, 11 a.m. Eastern time every day. During the week, I do go live and go through the NHL slate a little bit deeper than we do on these YouTube videos. So come hang out with us, link in the description. And if you want to the drawing that I do weekly for 20 DK bucks, make sure you stay until the end of the video so you know exactly what to drop into the comments. If you just want to get an idea of what we're doing live right now, this is the data sheet that I make available to all of my Twitch subscribers. We're going to walk through things like high danger opportunities, for and against, try and really narrow down what stacking targets to attack on this large slate on a Tuesday. Come hang out with us live. We're probably already breaking this down. I'll see you there. Come ask any questions you want. Let's jump right into the positional picks today. It is a large 10-game slate on DraftKings and FanDuel. So starting with the center position, not going to be too surprising today against Ottawa, but Sidney Crosby, 7,200 on DraftKings. He's 8,300 on FanDuel. I'll have to pay a premium for this center, but I do think it's an amazing spot for Sid and the Penguins to get back on track. They've had a rough go these last 6 games or so, 6 straight losses, but even over that time period, Crosby, 96th percentile Corsi 4 over the last 15 days, 95th percentile in time on ice over that same time period. Still hitting that 90th percentile in shots plus blocks, at least giving us that nice peripheral stat floor that we have to have. But this is just a get-right spot, I think, against Ottawa today. 89th percentile shot prediction for Sid. His top correlation is going to be Jason Zucker, just a 0.56 R value. I know he just came over at the trade deadline, kind of a small sample, but they've really found some chemistry. So I think that if you're going to pair someone with Sid, Zucker's probably my guy today. And Pittsburgh does have the highest implied team total on the entire slate. So Vegas seems to think they're going to get back on track at home as well. Sid's going to be a big part of it. Moving down the salary spectrum a bit, what about Tyler Seguin against Edmonton? Edmonton just blows up, explodes offensively last night, but I do think that Seguin's a little bit underpriced on DraftKings in particular. I don't know if they've really caught up to his recent production. 6,300 over there, I think, is a great price for a player in the 99th percentile in shots plus blocks over the last 15 days, 98th percentile shot prediction, so still a little bit of a long-term value play here as well. 87th percentile shot attempts over the last 15 days, and you do get access to the top power play goals per minute over the last 10 on the slate. Dallas's power play has been humming lately, guys. So I think that just getting access to that power play, but also highest percentage of scoring chances in the high danger area over that last 10 days as well on the slate. So Dallas has been playing pretty well offensively here. So even though Edmonton's kind of a neutral matchup overall, I like the idea of going to Seguin, especially on DraftKings at that price point. Moving on to the winger position, I have some interest in Anders Lee versus Montreal today. I think at 5,800 on DraftKings, he's just a little bit too cheap for this matchup and for his peripherals. 99th percentile shots plus blocks over the last 15 days, 97th percentile shot prediction. We know that Anders Lee is going to be an elite shot volume player for us in DFS, and 96th percentile Corsi. That's a number we don't normally see from the winger position over the last 15 days, so I like to see that. Power play shots, we know we want to focus on that at wing. 84th percentile, definitely in kind of an echelon that we don't have a ton of elite power play shooters on this slate overall. So I think that's a great price point for him against Montreal. The Islanders' second highest percentage of scoring chances in the high danger area over the last 10 on the slate. So just behind Dallas there, I think Anders Lee at 5,800 could be a winger in the mid-range you could attack today. If you wanted to go super cheap, what about Stevenson for the Vegas Golden Knights against New Jersey? It is New Jersey, guys, and he's Stone Min, 2,500 on DraftKings, 3,400 on FanDuel. He's going to slot into that power play 2 role with Mark Stone week to week with that lower body injury. He did have 2 minutes and 45 seconds of power play time in the last game. I will say the power play did not look completely the same without Mark Stone, so that's definitely a concern. But at Stone Min, I think that it's a nice spot to take advantage of a power play that actually splits time a little bit more between their first and second unit than most teams in the NHL. So I think in the 82nd percentile Corsi player, you could do worse for a Stone Min winger with the top 5 Vegas implied total today. So I think he's an interesting spot to pay down. Moving on to the defense position, defense is absolutely loaded on this slate, to be completely honest. But let's start with Chris Letang against Ottawa. Like I mentioned, I do think Pittsburgh gets back on track today. 6,700 on DraftKings for Letang, 66 on FanDuel. And I think that 98th percentile shot prediction is always intriguing with Letang, but his peripherals have actually been pretty strong lately relative to what they've been over even like the past month. So 96th percentile time on ice for the last 15 days. And he does have that 94th percentile power play shots over that same time period. 94th percentile shots plus blocks is always nice to see for a defenseman, giving us that block shot floor that we really need. And he does have a 90th percentile Corsi. So Letang's always got a lot of upside, especially when this power play is playing well. And I do think that the top correlation guys to go with Letang are going to be Malkin and Crosby, 0.36 and 0.27. Pretty strong R values there for Letang. If he gets there, I would imagine they'd be a big part of it. A little bit of a cheaper way to get access to some of those stud centermen as well. Ottawa's second worst penalty kill goals against per minute on the slate. So I do think that it's a get right spot for this power play in particular, which we probably didn't mention before. Darnell Nurse, Edmonton Oilers at the Dallas Stars today. 5,500 on DraftKings. Why Nurse is in this, and obviously he's going to be a nice peripheral player for us, but 3,900 on FanDuel, that's a completely insane price tag, in my opinion, for a guy that's in the 99th percentile on time on ice for the last 15 days with Clefbaum out. He's got 25 minutes of ice time in 7 straight games. So this type of thing is what we need to be looking at the defense position. Time on ice just so important to rack up block shots, just in general, those peripherals we need from these D-men to get there. 99th percentile shots plus blocks for Darnell Nurse. He's hit the block bonus in 4 straight games, 97th percentile in blocks over the last month or so. So it's an interesting spot for him, especially with that elevated role. You get access to the power play 1, leads the slate in my proprietary trends. Those are available in the Discord. So I think that Darnell Nurse at that price point and on FanDuel, he's basically a lock in my opinion. I always get a ton of goalie questions each and every day, so we're actually going to walk through a couple different options on stream live. So when you finish this video, make sure you jump over to Twitch live. We're going to break down goalie even more, but it will be one spot where I do think we could go to Alex Stalock today. If I had to pick one guy, we'll make sure that he is going to be the starter. Obviously, at the time of this recording, we don't have a starter for Minnesota, but against Nashville, great spot for a guy, $7,800 on DraftKings, $8K on FanDuel, 80th percentile Vegas moneyline rating versus Nashville, 80th percentile team wins over the last month for Minnesota, 6-3-1 over their last 10 games. So actually not elite in any of those regards, but these next two metrics are something that I definitely think matters at the goalie position. So Minnesota does have the highest percent of low danger chances against on the season. A lot of those chances are coming from the outside. So if they are getting to the net, less chance that they're going to go in. Against Stalock and Nashville, it kind of fits, right? Highest percentage of low danger chances for over the last 10 games. So 6th highest overall Corsi for on the slate. So Nashville could rack up a decent amount of shots. They just might not be from the high scoring area. So definitely like Stalock today, whoever ends up being the goaltender for Minnesota. If you want to learn even more about how to be a profitable DraftKings player, make sure you hit the subscribe icon in the bottom right-hand corner now. Join the Discord, bunch of really smart hockey minds talking hockey all day. There's a link in the description for that as well. And I know you've been waiting for it. If you want in the drawing for 20 DK bucks, I want to hear your top player above 7K on DraftKings today. I'll see you guys on Twitch soon.